Hello everyone, it is a beautiful day in London, and for that reason, among many others, I have decided to take the day off. So it's been glorious so far. This morning I decided to go to church. It is Sunday, and that's a big thing around here, so I figured I'd jump in. I chose the All Souls Church, which is down on Regent Street near my school, and it was an interesting experience, I must say. The church is beautiful. I'll put a picture down there. And the first thing I noticed that was amazing was that they have a full orchestra. The hymns were phenomenal, and listening to that orchestra was really a treat. It was lovely. And then the sermon itself was from the book of Joshua, and it was very strange for me, at least, because the preacher, or whatever it is he's called here, I'm not really sure, was speaking. The passage was about a prostitute who helped two Israelites, and he was speaking and he said something along the lines of, and God was pleased with her even though she was a prostitute. And then he went on to say, and we welcome all of you, even though some of you are of lower class, or have less education, or are not white. What? Excuse me? Like, that was a very odd parallel. And in my opinion, at least, like, being an All Souls church and a very diverse and welcoming community, at least that being the principles you're founded on, that didn't seem like a very diverse and welcoming way to phrase it. So that was really weird for me and kind of put me off the sermon. But that's alright, I still enjoyed the orchestra. Afterwards, I met the man sitting next to me. His name was Andrew, and we were talking about each other's lives and what we were doing in England and such. And when I said I was in school, he asked what I was studying, and I said psychology, and he makes this face. So I was prepared for like a question along the lines of, what are you going to do with that sort of degree? So I was ready for that. But what he actually says is, how do you manage to study psychology and still maintain your Christian belief? I was not prepared for that. Nope. Still not really. There were a lot of assumptions made with that statement, and also I didn't realize they were so, I don't know, polarized, at least in his opinion. So that was very strange, and I just sort of removed myself from the conversation as quickly as possible. So after church I walked down and got a spot of lunch at, what was it called? Make Mine Delicious. And they did. Oh, they made mine so delicious. It was this lovely little sandwich, and I got a tea. The tea didn't turn out so great because I was holding it and I shook a little bit and some tea spilled on me, and it burnt so much that I shook the other way and tea spilled down the other side, and I kept doing that. And my poor little hand was so burnt. But that's my own fault. Yes, hot things, not so great with me. After lunch I walked down to Regent Park, which is just a little ways away, and that's where I've been ever since. Regent Park is so lovely. I was reading, I was watching people, I even fell asleep for a little bit. It's been so great. I tried to find a spot to film in front of flowers because the flowers are phenomenal here. I have a couple of pictures. But, you know, whenever there's flowers around, there's also people, and they tend to give me funny looks when I start recording myself and talking to a camera. People in the park, they think that I'm crazy. But that's alright. So here I am under this lovely tree where nobody can notice me. But I just love the parks here, they're so lovely. Something that's really great about England that the US can't really compare to, they have better weeds. You know I love weeds. The weeds in Britain are better than the weeds in the US. Top that, you guys. Top that. I don't know if you can. So for the rest of the day, I've got really no plans. I'm hoping to go to the British Library if it's open, because it's right there and it's the library. But other than that, I'm really resisting. I'm taking my day off very seriously. The London Zoo's right over there, and I'm not going. The Madame Tussauds right there, and I don't care. This day is for me. So hopefully it turns out alright. Cheers.